Is it on? Am I doing it right? Am I recording? Am I on live? Hello. I'm actually not on live, but this is the first time in many months that I've been on some type of a video on social media. Some of you might be my friend on Facebook, or maybe on IG. It's a possibility. It's a big possibility. But yeah, here we are. Me launching my YouTube on a Friday evening. It is September 4th, 2020. What a year, 2020. Yeah, so about that. Up there somewhere, or maybe down there, you see the title of my video, Dark Night of the Soul. Through the eyes of Jacqueline Louise. Yeah, so what is Dark Night of the Soul? Are you going through Dark Night of the Soul? Is it possible? It's really possible, guys. You might be going through it. I mean, Google it, check it out, see what you think. Everybody kind of has their own story and own perceptions of their own Dark Night of the Soul. And what I'm going to do here tonight is kind of break down some things for you in my journey and the Dark Night of the Soul experience for me. Some of the ways that I recognize that my life were, number one, I didn't feel aligned with my life and the purpose of what I need to do in life. I was feeling that there was something missing. Something just wasn't right. There were great things happening in my life. I wasn't depressed in a mode that, I didn't want to do anything. It wasn't like that. It wasn't a deep depression or anything like that. Some people might have that experience. That wasn't something that I experienced. But I just really felt out of alignment with my true self, what I wanted to do, and what I was doing in life, as well as the need to purge, let go, and release the things that no longer serve me. Whether that could be some lifestyle changes that I had, friendships, relationships, dynamics of those friendships and relationships. Definitely a major key for me in my Dark Night of the Soul. There were just some friends that I had, lots of friends actually, that I just didn't align with in the same way. It doesn't mean that I didn't love them any less, or didn't want to associate, but I just was at a point in my life where things were different. I was different. I was changing. I was morphing. We're always changing. We're always adapting and growing. But it doesn't mean that, we're just leaving people in behind the scenes. But a lot of times what happens is, real life is happening, even though I'm not technically live on YouTube, but I'm getting bit by mosquitoes viciously. So real life happens, and a lot of times people that were once, in our lives are no longer in our lives the same way. But it doesn't mean that they're not part of our lives and that we don't love them. So that's one of the things that definitely happened to me. I met new people. I kind of changed circles and things like that. But within that, even meeting new people, that still also changed as well. And I came into this realization in the middle of the pandemic, March 2020, on the 25th, it all started happening, and it just started intensifying the Dark Night of the Soul for me. I really hunkered into a hermit mode where I really didn't want to associate with anybody. I didn't want to pick up on any energies, vibrations, frequencies from anyone. I really limited my contact with anyone, and it wasn't anything personal. So if you're one of my friends watching this, don't take it personal. It was just me and my journey and what I had to do. I love you. I love you all dearly. But this is something I had to do for me. And it's been an amazing experience. It's a great transformation. It really helped me to recalibrate and realign my vision and my goals. One of the things that happened in 2018 was I was kind of going through a spiritual journey, and had an amazing friend that got me into meditation, introduced me to sound healing. I actually was certified in Reiki, sound healing, as well as breath work, and involved in many different events and sound baths, and even an overnight retreat in Seattle that I did with a great friend of mine, and also was certified as a clinical hypnotherapist and a practitioner of NLP, EFT, and certified as a success and life coach. And so this is definitely something that I wanted to do with my life in career-wise, but things happen, and it was all kind of placed on hold. My career at the time, this last year, I was super busy. I was traveling, I was launching new divisions in the company that I had worked for. Unfortunately, that all stopped because of COVID-19. It was all put to a halt, and that really kind of, I feel, expedited, if you will, my dark night of the soul. And it's kind of funny because I knew that I wasn't going to work at that job. And I knew that probably 4 months before the pandemic hit. There was something inside of me that said, you know what, I am not going to be working this job that much longer. Something's going to happen. I don't know what it is. But I'm meant to do healing, working with people, inspiring them, motivating them, and helping them get through to the other side, to their better selves, and into the best lives that they could live ever. And that's just what I felt internally. In the year before the pandemic, I had a vision, I had a dream about providing sound healing to communities of those that believe in Christ. And I shared that with one of my family members who is a believer. And she said, "That's so amazing. That's great." And I thought, yes, I definitely want to incorporate that into my practice and what I want to do. And it was just something that was there. And like I said, it didn't happen. It didn't happen at that time. And I just kind of lost all bearings of those things. And when I went into the deep mode of my dark night of the soul, this year, in the last 6 months, it was something that was on my mind consistently, but it wasn't something that I was striving for or, felt an urge to really navigate through and pursue actively. And then through the dark night of the soul, through all the purging and really working on myself and doing inner healing, and it's a process that continues. I really was able to take a step outside of myself and deepen my faith and deepen my relationship with Christ. And that was the game changer for me, because it led me to understanding His wisdom and His direction and His plan for my life. I started listening to different word, reading the Bible, and really talking with one of my family members, my cousin, who's also, as I mentioned before, a believer. And it just stirred up a lot of stuff. And then I had another friend that, kind of started her own journey and relationship with Christ. And we had some discussions, and it really sparked up some things, because there was discussion about New Age and meditation and sound healing and tarot cards and all of this stuff. And, it kind of came to a head of everything. And it's like sometimes, a lot of times, sound healing, meditation, breath work, Reiki, these things, these modalities of healing get associated with, the dark side of things. And the thing is, they don't have to be. It depends on the context in which things are taken and directed. And so, in the last month, I just completed, just last week, 22 days of the Daniel fast. And through the Daniel fast, I kind of had a breakthrough. I had joined some different challenges, one with Tony Robbins, and then one with the Life on Fire movement. And during that time, I feel like breakthrough happened for me in terms of the clarity on my vision that God had for me. Again, it was on the back burner, but as I was progressing through the fast and really spending time with God, meditating on His Word, everything came to a head, and it became very clear to me that this is the vision that God had for me, and this is the purpose of why I'm here. And so I'm so excited because joining the Life on Fire group helped to change the dynamic of things for me and put things in perspective, because it was aligned with what I was hearing from God. And it just got me started getting back on track. It helped me to realign myself and get back on track. And so, and even during the dark night of the soul, I was still involved with, self-care and healing, as I mentioned. And I've been always striving to better myself and do any kind of personal development that I could, even though I was kind of stuck in this hunkering mode where I wasn't connecting with others like I had in the past. But besides completing the Daniel fast and being able to get clarity on my purpose and my vision, and not only that, but also obviously the big thing for me was just really engaging with God and building that relationship with Him and deepening my faith and just really, hunkering in with God. I also, I'm on 345 out of 365 days of running every single day. So I'm committed and I'm dedicated, and it's a mindset that I have. And it's kind of like some of the things, if you guys have ever been in Tony Robbins, he says, every day you got to do something where, especially in the morning, you got to do something physical that trains your mind and your body to do something that you don't really want to do, to kind of shock you, so that your mind is trained that you can do anything that you need to do and you're going to get it done. It's a mindset thing, and it's a training of your mindset, and anyone can do it. I mean, I know so many people have so many limiting beliefs out there, but I want you to know that if I can do it, you can do it. If you're ever in a mode where you're stuck and you feel like, oh my gosh, I think I'm in the dark night of the soul, don't even worry about it. It's something that you will be able to get through. You're going to be able to thrive and get through it. But it's the process of how you get through it and the support system that you have. My biggest support system, to be 100% honest with you, was my belief in Christ and being able to dive in with my relationship with Him and get the clarity on that. Because I can tell you right now, even in my healing mode that I'm in, I feel we're always healing, but even through that and through my hermit mode and my hiding mode, it was an important time for me to kind of rebuild and restructure and gain what I needed to, the wisdom and the clarity to move forward. And so, I mean, life isn't perfect. It's never going to be. But you can make strides and you can enjoy things even when things aren't going well. It's all up to you to make the decision. And it's a simple decision. It's a choice that you make. I mean, why choose to be miserable when you can choose to have gratitude for the blessings that you have. Hey, you know what? I lost my job that I had. It was like my dream job. I was given the home run. But I see it as an opportunity for me to do what God has reserved for me to do and fulfill the purpose, to help inspire, motivate, and help people change their lives and live their best lives ever. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my story, Dark Night of the Soul. Signing out. Good night. Peace. I don't know if that's how I wanted to end it. Anyways, I was a little rusty on that. Like I said, this is the first time I've been on any kind of video for social media. But yeah. Anyways, hope you guys have an amazing evening. Sending blessings, peace,